Hi everyone. Today we learn about a new topic, nitrogen fixation. You already learned about this topic in your earlier classes. Yes, you already heard about rhizobium bacteria. Yes, this rhizobium bacteria which helps to convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. Okay. So because of this action, plants can easily absorb nitrogenous compounds. One truth is that plants cannot absorb direct nitrogen from the atmosphere. Okay, so it needs nitrogenous compounds, and especially this need for synthesis of protein and amino acids, a part of amino acids. Okay, so plants need to make different components in their life. So this nitrogen is the important part, and this nitrogen also importance in the chlorophyll. It's one of the part of chlorophyll molecule. So it is essential, okay, because they need this nitrogen to make what? Chlorophyll, protein components, amino acids, etc. Okay, so they use this nitrogenous compound made by rhizobium like other bacteria. And the natural method of nitrogen fixation is lightning. You know, the rainy time lightning will be there. So the lightning which helps to direct nitrogen fixation. Okay, there is no any other method. So it's a natural method, but it is seasonal. Yes, so all the plants need to make proteins, amino acids, their other components. So it's not enough. So some bacteria which helps to convert this atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. Okay, so two ways are the first way, yes, natural method. Both are natural method, but it is a direct method through lightning. Lightning which helps to convert atmospheric nitrogen into soil in the form of nitrogenous compounds. Okay, and the second method is some bacteria which helps to convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compound because of this small bacterial action. Okay, this both are helpful for plants, especially this rhizobium bacterium. You can see the root nodules of leguminous plants. Root nodules, you already heard about it. Yes, so the root nodules of leguminous plants, we can see the rhizobium bacteria is same. Okay, there is a symbiotic relationship. What do you mean by symbiotic relationship? Symbiotic, which means mutual help. Rhizobium provides or convert the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds, and the plant provide food for that rhizobium bacteria. Okay, so there is a mutual benefit. So this kind of relationship called symbiotic relationship. Okay, symbiotic relationship. It's very important. Okay, so these all points are related to nitrogen fixation. So two ways are there. First one lightning, and the second one by the action of bacteria. Nitrogen, the atmospheric nitrogen can fix into nitrogenous compounds. Okay, plants use this nitrogen, yes, for synthesis of proteins, amino acids, vitamins, and chlorophyll. So, but do you know this atmospheric nitrogen is fixed, or the amount does not change? How do you know that? Regularly the plant use this nitrogen through lightning, or nitrogenous compounds through lightning and some action of bacteria. But the atmospheric 78% nitrogen is constant. How? Let's see. Okay, it's because of a nitrogen cycle. How this cycle move? Let's see. Okay. So this is atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, here atmospheric nitrogen. And how it come back again to atmosphere? Let's discuss. Okay. So here, I already told you what? Yes, the atmospheric nitrogen directly fixed through lightning. Okay. So the lightning fixes nitrogen N2, which means it's denoted nitrogen. Okay. The lightning fixes nitrogen and to form compounds of nitrogen in the soil. Okay, compounds of nitrogen in the soil. It's a direct fixation. So the lightning fixes nitrogen and it convert to compounds of nitrogen in the soil. Okay, and the second method is the first method. Yes, and the second one is what? Yes, the nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae fix atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, so not rhizobium only, other bacterium also involved in the fixation of nitrogen. One example is blue-green algae. Okay, so this nitrogen, the atmospheric nitrogen fixing bacteria or nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae fix atmospheric nitrogen, and this bacteria in turn fix the nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds. Yes, this bacteria convert this nitrogen into nitrogenous compound and it release into soil, the compounds of nitrogen into the soil. So here this is the compounds of nitrogen in the soil. This compounds formed by two methods. One is lightning and another one is nitrogen fixing bacteria like rhizobium, blue-green algae, etc. Okay, then what happened? These compounds of nitrogen in the soil. We know this compounds is directly used by plants through their root system. Okay, this nitrogenous compounds only plants can absorb. They can't absorb the direct atmospheric nitrogen. So the compounds of nitrogen in the soil is uptake by plants through their root system. Yes. And what happened? The uptake by plants, they synthesize amino acids, vitamins, proteins, etc. Okay. So animals eat plants. Yes, animals, all animals they eat plants or they eat herbivorous animals. Okay, so what happened? Carnivores only eat animals, but they eat herbivorous animals. So what happened? Normally this nitrogenous compounds like proteins, vitamins will enter into the animal body. Okay, enter into the animal body. Then what happened? Let's see. This animal eat plants. Okay, so the compounds will move to animal body. And the nitrogen is waste from excretion and death. Okay, when the animal or plant death, what happened? Or through their excretion, waste product, and their death, what happened? Again, this nitrogen compounds released to were in the soil. Okay, nitrogenous compounds, again the compounds of nitrogen in the soil through their death and excretion. Okay, and what happened again? This compounds of the nitrogen, some of the bacteria, not rhizobium and blue-green algae, other bacteria, this bacteria turn compounds of nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen. Okay, some of the small bacteria, like any other bacteria, they act on these compounds and turn into gaseous nitrogen, and again it release into atmosphere. Okay. These are the nitrogen cycle. This is the nitrogen cycle. So the atmospheric nitrogen, the nitrogen come from the atmosphere, and it occurs some changes, and again it turn back to atmosphere. Okay. So this nitrogen is based from excreta and death, we know. After death, some bacteria or some microorganism act on this body, and they separate small pieces. We know, we already learned in the cleaning of environment. That time we learn some bacteria, microorganism, which helps to, yes, separate or clear the environment because of by their action. So through their action, they break the body or dead and decay matter into small pieces, and they helps to release the compounds of nitrogen in the soil. Okay, this is the nitrogen cycle. It is very important for your future examination also. Okay, thank you. We learn about nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation occur in two methods: lightning and by the action of some bacteria like blue-green algae and rhizobium. Rhizobium is present in the root nodules of pea plants or leguminous plants like beans. Okay, beans, pea, etc. So these are the two fixation method, and after that the plants will absorb and it retain or turn back to atmosphere through nitrogen cycle. Okay, so please study well. Thank you. Have a nice day.